yellow. Who's that animal? So the animal has everything turned off. Alright, let me share this. Alright, welcome everyone to, what is it? SRTAC GT7 Daytona race. I'm your host, the Ghost. Alright, so yeah, let's put this so I can see it. My voice, see it. Oh, there we go. A bit loud in my thing here. I got a message. I have two PS5s, right? I got one with my sim rig, and then I've got one with my living area. And I've been, I guess because I played for the first time in my sim room, I just went to log into the game again, and it's telling me I can only use one PS5 at a time. I mean, one PS5 to play the game, which is stupid. Right? I should be able to use as many as I want under my own name. I bought the damn game, right? Alright, so I'm just looking at the type of cars they're using. They're using a little bit different car than when I was using. Looks like. I'm not seeing any. Yeah, they all look like these. Kind of car that is. I was running an Audi type car, but maybe they have draft or getting draft, but I couldn't get over 200 miles an hour. 201 was the highest I could get it up to without really playing around too much. So, but Speed Racer assures me he's going to win the race tonight. So Snoodles is in trouble. No pressure. All right, Is this still practice? This is still practice, right? Nice speed not out there. Here goes Bones. Yeah, everybody seems to be using these types of cars, so I was using a little bit different car. I don't know if that would make a difference though in the time. But by myself on TT, the best I could get was a 44.7. Right, but they put you with a full tank of fuel, so I don't know if that makes a difference. But it's good that I did a little bit of playing on GT7, like racing, because now I kind of understand a little bit more on what's going on the game, so I should be able to do a little bit better commentary. Yeah, but it looks like everybody's using these specific design cars here. It's a little bit different than what I was using. Snoodle's still top. That was the thing. Yeah, these are definitely a little bit different than what I was using. Not sure what the yeah, you see he's reaching 207, 208, 209, and I can only reach 201. 201, maybe 202. And in the corners, I would drop to about 190 something, I think. So yeah, these cars are definitely faster than the ones I was racing. And they're not running 44s. They're not running that far off what I was running. So I'm thinking my times were good. I gotta see Snoodle. I'm waiting for Speed Racer to come show me this 40. Get out there, Speed. Don't be sitting in the car. Let's see what you got. He's got to win the race tonight because he's got all the pressure on him now. Because he told me he's good at Daytona. Turn that traction control off. You don't need it at Daytona. And ABS, you don't need that either. You don't brake here. Honestly, I think you'd probably be faster at Daytona, especially Daytona with no assist, I would think. And Daytona's a track where probably no assist isn't going to make that much of a difference. It's probably going to be a little quicker because I think when you go into the corners, you might have the traction control try to kick in and it might slow you down maybe. All right, that's my opinion. All right, but yeah, I'm just looking at their cars, so it's a little different than the ones I was running. But my time being a 44.7, I'm seeing that they're getting a higher top end speed, so that's the difference in pace. So I think I would have been fine competitive here in one of the cars because they're getting up to about 207, 206, and the highest I could get up was about 201, 207. You see, 208. Now maybe in race trim that car would have been okay because I would have been able to draft behind guys. But making a pass might have been hard. Doing a slingshot. But yeah, I'm wondering if oh, I think this is Snell. Snell Letty. Okay. I guess he's changing the settings. Here. Are we going into qualifying now? Or are you guys... You're all fired. Trixie has joined the room. You're all fired. Am I fired? Should I leave? Oh, Trixie says I'm fired. I didn't do a good job. Okay, so I think, yeah, they're... yes, I'm fired, or yes, this is qualifying. Yeah, I know. I figured that much. Okay, so anyway, so I was gonna race, but I decided to go with tomorrow, because I rather race a road course. So I chose to do commentary tonight and do road course tomorrow. Settings, here we go. I'm just trying to get this all done right. Okay, I think that's it. There we go. Okay, now I know when ABS is yellow, that's not being used, ABS. Because I use no assist, right? And I was playing, and I noticed that my ABS went yellow when I had all my assist turned. So I think when they're white and then they flash when they're being activated, right? SRT Animal, I think he's doing the right thing because he's at Animal. I think everybody that's racing Daytona. Okay, I think it's starting now, I think anybody who's racing Daytona, in my opinion, turn those assists off because it's Daytona. I don't think you'd really need them. Like ABS, I don't think it's going to affect you really if you have it on. But I don't think you really need it because you don't brake at Daytona. I think, I'm not sure what their setting is for going into the pit. But if you don't need the brake going into the pit, there's no point in having ABS. But Snooze is no assist. Well, actually, he's got ABS on. He does have ABS on. But I don't think he really needs it. Right? But I have a feeling a lot of the... Look at, even Trixie's not going with assist, I think. She's even running no assist. But I think that's the way to go on this track, honestly. Google, I think Google should take away... It's Daytona, right? And I think assist will probably hurt you in the long run. Here's Speed Racer, all the pressure on him to win the race. And I think Schnell Eddy, because that's a Belgium flag, so I think it's the guy I met last night when I was practicing Daytona, since practicing GT7, since I've never raced the game really that much. And I met him there, so he looks like he's going to be racing. He's fairly new to the game. So he's, and it looks like Speed listened to me. He took off his thing. Wow. Wow. So Schnell is new, so he's going to be joining us. But like I said, he's fairly new to the game. I think he's driving on a Logitech I think probably a 920 or a 923 or something like that, whatever it is for the PS thing. Maybe a D29. I know I started on one of those. I actually started on a D25 actually was my first wheel. That was like 30 years ago. So I don't know what he got a penalty for there. Give him some. How many racers are the Daytona racetrack, and is that WEC? How many racers? I'm not sure what you're meaning, WEC. I'm fairly new to GT7, right? Like, I've had the game forever, but I just haven't played. I played the licenses, and then I didn't really play it much after that. But yeah, I'm not sure what you mean, Tyron Peniano. What WEC stands for. This is a league, and if you're interested in getting into the league, you're more than welcome to join. You see the name of Speed Racer up there. You can send him a friend request, or you can send me one, iGhost37 on PSN, and we'll get you into the league. They race Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so there's guaranteed a night you'll probably be able to race if you're interested. But I don't know what you mean by WEC. WEC. Alright? But like I said, his name's Charlie, I think. And yeah, he's giving it a try for the first time, right? He's using a little bit different car. It looks like this type of car seems to be the popular car to be using. And going by the top speeds it reaches, it's looking like Snell is not able to reach them speeds, so I think he might be in the wrong car. Maybe in the draft, but I think they got draft turned off, okay? So there's no slipstream in qualifying. But I'll be able to tell by top speed because I know I couldn't get over 201 on my thing, and that wasn't making that's making no changes, okay, to the setup. So I think maybe some of the assists might be holding them back, maybe. But I think like on this track, there we go, Speed Racer at the top, so he's holding true to what he was saying. He says he's going to be quick here. But I think that would have been the better car for me to buy, this type of car. It's looking like this is the popular car to be using. I was using an Audi. Oh, I like that. Somebody's got to make me a paint job for my Audi, for my race, a Ghost livery paint job. I like that livery. That looks good. These guys take a lot of time making up their things. That's almost a good livery for me. I need a ghost-looking livery. I like black. Just some ghosts on it, maybe. Oh, World Endurance Championship. Oh, okay. No, this is a league from I think actually Speed Racer, I think, was saying to me that he will be competing in that World Endurance Championship, maybe, but or maybe not, or just the World Championship, where I don't know if it's endurance, but the league things set by Gran Turismo. But no, this is a league run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Right? You can compete whatever day you want. But if you're interested in competing in this league, you're more than welcome to. You can send me a friend request or Speed Racer. But this is Speed Racer and Trixie's league. They're husband and wife. This is Trixie right here. I'm seeing her running no assist, so she's going for it tonight. I like to see that. I had a feeling you might see this at this track. All of a sudden, everybody not using any assists. Like, you can use the ABS, okay, it's not going to affect your speed, but you really don't need it because, like I said, Daytona, you don't brake. If you're braking, you're not running, you're not racing right. So, don't worry, Snell, it's your first day out. I think he's using a little bit different car too, I think, maybe, so that might, yeah, looks like that style of car seems to be the popular choice here, and it definitely seems to be getting up to close to 210. And in the Audi, I was only able to get up to about 201, 202, and I was running pretty smooth. I was running pretty smooth laps, okay, so. Now, Harp's only getting up to about 202, 203. He's getting up there. It looks like I'm going to lose this race because they're too competitive. Oh! Lost this race because they're too competitive. Oh, maybe that's Schnell. Maybe that's Schnell talking to me. Oh, in the Philippines. Maybe it's not Schnell. Oh, right on. So you're in the Philippines. That's awesome. Right on. I like that. We like people watching from all different parts of the country. I race in a lot of European leagues, actually, on Formula One. If you check out my channel, you can see me race. I also do commentaries for a lot of European leagues and stuff like that. So, yeah, I do a lot of racing in leagues and commentary for leagues. So, yeah, so nice to have you with us from the Philippines. That's great. It's going to be an exciting race. It's Daytona. Everybody should be fairly bunched up. You're going to see a lot of draft. Now, I think the settings, okay, for this qualifying, which is just about over, I think, 10 minutes, is no slipstream, right? They shut it off so that guys can't go out there and use the slipstream to get fast laps, right? Which is understandable, right? This way it's all the guy and the car itself, I guess, what line you run. Because if you start using the slipstream, but I think in the race, the slipstream will be enabled. Now, Goggles is using things, and I think that's probably going to hurt him in the race. Schnell has turned his assist off, which I think is smart. He's going really slow, though. I'm not sure why. Well, maybe because the lobby's over now. So, yeah, it's because the lobby's over. Okay. So don't worry, Schnell, it's your first race. You don't have to win the race. You should, as long as you're competitive, as long as you out there having fun, that's all that matters. You'll get better as time goes by, and I'm sure the guys in the league will help you out with getting faster and little tricks and stuff. And you know, playing around on YouTube is always good, right? Find different things, right? But yeah, I plan on giving it a go, trying to race GT7. I haven't raced it, so I thought it'd be nice to race alongside these guys for one race and see how it goes. I'm not sure what the road course is. I'm gonna have to find out because I'm gonna have to practice so I don't look like a fool tomorrow. Because I'm hoping that I can maybe give Snoodles a run for the money and take him off that podium. But what I'm looking at here, I think that the qualifying's over, so I think that's going to be our qualifying order right there. Speed Racer not able to get the pole, and I don't see a 40 flat, okay? But Speed Racer definitely, okay, here's the result. So we got SRT Animal in first place, then we got Speed Racer in second place. That's our league owner, if you want to get a hold of him and join that league. We got Bones, and we've got Trixie in fourth. Nice job, Trixie. Snoodles is back in fifth. So Snoodles but he's using a little bit different car. It looks like this R92 seems to be the popular car. And the 962 All right, yeah, it looks like that R92 seems to be a nice car to be using. Everybody seems to like that one. That seems to be the car of choice. So anyway, Snoodles is in fifth, but like I said, Daytona, it's not going to matter. All right, and then you got Harp, Googles, and Schnell, the new guy. Charlie, I think is his name. He's from Belgium. So good luck. Wow, what a gal between SRT and Speed. Mean gap. What a gap. Yeah, there's not much gap actually between the top three there. Point, what is that, a hundredth of a second. A couple of hundredths of a second between them. 200ths of a second between them all. So yeah, it's Daytona though. Once the draft and slipstream all kicks in, I imagine to see everybody, it's just going to be who screws up, right? But I don't think you'll see people pull away. If it's anything like Daytona is, normally I think you'll see everybody running in a package. You got to work with another guy maybe. You know, I'm not sure that bump drafting is the way to go with these type of cars. But you might want to do like a slipstream type, like a slingshot type passing back and forth to help improve your pace. But we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to watching the race. And I goes 42. I goes 40, I wish. Oh, 42, okay, he's telling me it was a 42 he got, right? But I couldn't do a 42. There was no way I was going to pull off a 42 in that car that I was in. That Audi one that you were saying to grab. Right? Because the top speed I reached was only 201, and I'm noticed in the cars that you guys are running, they're running about 208, 210, right? So that's why I wasn't able to do anything with that car. But even these cars doesn't look like you're going to be able to get a 42 with them. Not unless you made some setup changes, you know, maybe lower fuel loads. But they might have been reaching 208 too. I didn't look at the fuel loads that they were running, right? They might have been running light fuel loads, which helped them get a higher top end speed too, right? I'm not sure. But yeah, all the pressure's on Speed tonight. I don't want to put all the pressure. Selecta, when is the race starting? Selecta, the Flying Dutchman is watching the race tonight from Holland. The Flying Dutchman, he's Selecta. He's a guy I know from Holland that I race with A1881 that I do commentary for. Inspector Selecta, he's checking me out doing comms tonight from Holland. So I hope he enjoys this race. If you're ever looking to get involved in a league, you can always get involved in this league, Selecta, if you ever get into GT7. But if not, you can sit here and watch along with me. I'm going to race with these guys tomorrow night, so you might want to watch that. They do it late at night, right? But I imagine in Holland it's a lot earlier, probably in the morning for you. So you're up having coffee with me right now, Selecta. Yeah, it's nice. I got some people from Philippines. I got some guys from Holland, or Netherlands, I should say. Bach. And yeah, so it should be good. It's 6:22 in the morning, yeah, so he's having a coffee and watching the race along with the ghosts. Yeah, that's nice. I'm really happy to see Selecta here. The Flying Dutchman is what I call him when he races. If you watch my commentaries with A1881 for F1, you will see Selecta racing in that race. So the race is starting soon, going by what I see Speed Racer is. But all the pressure's on Speed. I don't want to make you nervous or anything, Speed, but all the pressure's on you. The actual race will start soon, yeah. It's going to start soon. So there, Snoodles. Yee! Snoodles in 5th place. You don't see Snoodles in 5th place that much. He's using a little bit different car than everybody else, though. Right? But I did notice his car was getting up to 208, 209, so I think he'll be fine. I think it's very competitive with the other guys. But yeah, it's a little bit different from the other cars. I'm going to have to get my driver's rating and stuff like that all up there, eh? I guess. Not playing this game. Looks like, what is it? E and SR is a B. Which is that? Safety rating? Is that a safety rating? Okay, well, at least I'm a safe driver. Or S is B. What is S the highest or A highest? Is S for you suck? Nah. Yeah, I don't know how the rating works, right? But I haven't played much. I'll have to get in there to try to get a decent rating going so I don't look like I'm a newbie to racing. Right, but that's awesome. I'm really glad to see that I've got a whole bunch of 5 seconds until final starts. Okay, I imagine I'll be able to get a set of goggles here. There we go. And hang on, hopefully I get this done so I can do my okay, there it all is. Buckle up, Buttercup. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Oh, we've got a crazy start there. Snoodle somehow, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, that's right, boy, buckle up. But Snoodles, oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Animal losses. I don't know what happened with Snoodles, but he must have launched like crazy. I don't see a penalty, but it looks like Animal took some damage. I think maybe sleeping on the start, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, Papa's House of Game is here with us. All right. Yeah, a little crazy. That's going to spread things out quite a bit. If Speed Racer and Snooze are smart, they work together here, pull a couple of little slingshots and pull each other along. And poor SRT Animal, he's, oh, look at that, the yellow car there. Who is that yellow car? Is that Bones? No, that's Goggles, sorry. We're getting a little bit of a wall rub there. He's got some damage. Now the damage goes away in time. Trixie all over the back of R.I.P. She goes inside. She's doing great. She's running no assist, so that's something I don't see Trixie do much, so good for her. But I think that, how many laps is 60 minutes, Selective? So it's 60 minutes. At 60, you see the time counting down at the bottom left-hand corner there? When that reaches 60 minutes, that's last lap. So that's how it goes. So there'll be pit stops, no particular tires, they have to thing. I think mediums are probably going to be, let's see actually, racing soft, racing hards, goggles, going with hards, softs, mediums. I'm going with Snoodles. See, I think Snoodles is right to go with the mediums. I'm a medium guy, right? I want a tire that's going to be perfect for a full fuel run, and I have a feeling on Daytona you're not going to use a lot of tire here, so I'm thinking you probably can do a pit stop without having to change a tire, at least one pit stop. But if I'm Snooze McGee, I imagine sitting behind another car and playing with the throttle I got to look at his throttle. Yeah, he's playing it a little bit. He can lay off that throttle and save an awful lot of fuel being in behind Speed Racer, where Speed Racer will probably be burning a little bit more fuel because he doesn't have that nice clean air. Because he's in that clean air where he doesn't have another car pulling him along. He's basically pulling Snoodles along right now, and I think Snoodles is quite happy sitting in behind him because it's going to give him a longer fuel run, I think. I'm not sure about this racing soft, if that's the way to go. But more SRT Animal with those two running. But I'm seeing Bones coming up here. Maybe Bones and SRT Animal can hook up together and start running some laps together. Maybe pull some slipstreams with each other, slingshots, and pass each other back and forth and catch these two up in front, because that's what I would like to see. Because I want to see an exciting race. It looks like Goggles got a little bit of space. R.I.P. Trixie got a bad start. I think she was one of the victims on the start there to that start. I think maybe Animal was sleeping on the start, or he just didn't get the grip off the line or something. I'm not sure. I didn't really see what exactly happened. Schnell bringing up the back of the pack. Don't worry, Schnell. This is Schnell's first league race. He's fairly new. He's a newbie to the thing, and he's an old guy like me, 50-something years old, I think he was saying, 55, 56 or something. So he's an old guy like me. But yeah, he's fairly new to the racing, I think, and he's got himself a Logitech lower end wheel. Not one of the direct drive ones, but yeah, and he's just out here having some fun and getting used to the league stuff. But I wouldn't worry, Schnell, about being in the back. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and this is how we learn. And the key is that you're having fun at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun. But yeah, there's definitely, I noticed there's a car you want to be using, I think, here. Now, Trixie and R.I.P, maybe these two can also work together and get to the front. But I'm noticing a lot of people, okay, now that I've said it, have turned off their Goggles has, I don't know what that red one is. If that's stability maybe or something, I don't know. But it looks like even Goggles turned off his assist too. And I think that's the way to go on this track, okay? Turn the assist off. Because it's makes more, because you really don't need them, man. And I think the assist, you know, going into the corner like in a traction control might actually slow you down. And you don't want that on a track like Daytona. But, yeah, you can see Doodles is perfectly happy sitting in behind. I think he could easily make the pass but with the slipstream, but I think he's perfectly happy sitting in behind, because what's going to happen is he's going to get a better fuel mileage. But it's not really looking that way, actually. So maybe the slipstream doesn't help you out. Maybe he's going to start laying back a little bit and using run less throttle while he's sitting in behind him. I know when I was racing NASCAR, I could literally pull half a throttle and still keep up with the guy in front of me, because he would pull me along, right? I don't know if that would work in GT though, in Gran Turismo. I don't know if here we go. Charles Snell is going to get lapped here, but Schnell looking, Charlie looking like he knows proper race etiquette and kindly gets out of the way for the lead lap cars, which is nice to see. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think Schnell might not have a car that's got the top end speed that the rest have, because it doesn't look like he's able to get much over 200. It's kind of like what I had when I was testing out a car. I was doing an Audi car, but similar to this type of car. And yeah, I wasn't able to get over 201 top end speed, so I would have been able to compete with that car in this race anyway. So I'm glad I didn't race it because the car I had was not suited for this race. There goes Bones and SRT Animal. Schnell once again getting out of the way. Nice job. Staying on that high line. High, wide, and handsome. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if Bones and Schnell, they've got a 5-second lead now. So Snooze is planted to the back of Speed here. But what's going to happen is you're going to want to try to pit. I would think you're going to want to pit at the same time with the guy you're running with, right? If you're running with a pack, you want to pit with that pack, so you don't lose that slipstream, because you're going to run a lot quicker in the slipstream than you do without the slipstream. Yeah, and Snoodles doesn't look like he's interested in passing. He's perfectly happy there. But I'm looking at the fuel, okay, and it doesn't look like it's making a difference. But then again, I'm also noticing that on Snoodles' thing, when he's right behind him, I'm not seeing his gas lift. So he is giving a little bump draft there. So I think he can bump draft if you do it slightly. He didn't get any damage there, so you know, you kind of slowly bring it up there, right? But you got to be careful where you bump draft somebody. You don't want to bump draft them going into a corner or in a corner, because it'll lift the rear end and it'll spin the guy out if you try bump drafting in the corners. But Snoodles all over the back of Speed Racer. So I imagine this is going to come down to the wire between these two. Bones and SRT Animal have closed the gap a tiny bit. Oh, there we go. We're starting to see a little more aggressive bump drafting, is what they call it in NASCAR, to try to maybe thing, and they are gaining, okay? They're gaining a little bit here and there. So it would be nice to see these two be able to get up to the Snoodles and Speed Racer and make it a 4 thing, but they are gaining. They're down to now 4.7. They were up over 5. So keep doing what you guys are doing, because you guys are doing whatever right. And that's what you need to do when you're racing Daytona. You need to work with someone, because and then wait till the end, the last couple of laps, to make your moves, right? But until then, you want to team up with someone and run. Down to 4.6, they're coming. But well, look at this. Trixie is actually saving a little more fuel than everybody else. Schnell is pretty good on the fuel, but yeah, it looks like Trixie is doing the best when it comes to fuel. Trixie and Goggles. are getting a little bit better fuel mileage than others. So maybe a setup difference. But yeah, they're traveling the same speed in the corners as what I was able to get to on the straightaway. So yeah, so I don't feel bad about now getting my 104, my 44.7. I think given the right car, I could be very competitive. But I'd rather race a road course, I think, than a oval track. I have much more fun on a road course than I do oval. But I'm impressed with Schnell and his race etiquette. He's getting out of the way, staying in that high line, letting the drivers by. So that's great to see. I like to see that good race etiquette. And don't worry about it. The speed will come. Speed will come. You will find your speed eventually. But yeah, just race clean and do your best and have fun, and the rest will come to you. But great job. I like to see good race etiquette from the racers. I like that. I'm a person that doesn't like wreckers and stuff like that. You know, if you got to wreck someone and win, then you shouldn't be racing. All right. Now, accidents do happen. We all get excited when we get around other people and want to make the pass. So sometimes we make mistakes by braking a little later and maybe getting into the side of someone. But that's all part of racing, right? But it's those intentional takeouts and spinouts that really upset me in racing, which I haven't seen, in this league, so that's quite nice. If there has been an incident, it's been an incidental incident, which is to be expected in racing. All right. Big gap though between thing. Yeah, that's too bad. I think if Trixie would have had a better start, if she would have had a better start, you can tell she's on that controller too. It's a little harder, I find, with a controller to keep things swervy. If I was on a controller, I'd be like all over the place. I can't hold a straight line with a controller. Whereas on a wheel, I'm able to easily hold a straight line. Yeah, I think if they would have had a better start, I think Trixie, who started 4th, probably might have been up there with the rest of them. But I'm hoping, and what I'm noticing, SRT, Animal, and Bones are working well together in that nice paint job. Right, so there's my challenge for the league. Make the Ghost I want the Audi one that that you guys race on Tuesdays. I want you guys to fix me up a paint job, a livery, a Ghost paint job livery for my car, so I can put it on my car. I don't know how to do any of that stuff, so I figure I'll get one of you guys, and I'm pretty sure you guys can share that type of stuff, so that I can put it on my car if somebody's up to the task. But it looking like these two are working well together, and I hope they keep doing this. But like I said, so what are we, 15 minutes? So, gee, you know what? I'm always thinking here, these people on the soft, I'm looking at how fast their tires are going. Okay, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking right now. 17 minutes, a little over a quarter of fuel, 60 minutes. I don't think they're going to make a pit stop. And I don't think pit stops are mandatory. I think you can go the full 1 hour without having to make a pit stop here, because I'm just looking at the time and I'm looking at the fuel usage, right? we'll have to look when the 30-minute mark hits, but I think at 30 minutes, if they're at around half a tank, right? But it looks like it's going to be close. So I think Speed Racer made a mistake going with those racing softs. I think you would have been better to go with mediums, because I don't think you're going to pit. I'm starting to think that you're not going to have to pit in this race. And what's going to happen is Speed Racer is probably going to lose his tires near the end, where Snooze will probably be laughing. He'll be still with at least half a tire or half wear, where Speed Racer is probably going to be down to like a quarter, maybe even less. So yeah, I think it was a mistake, but time will tell. We'll see. Right now, this is not a track that requires a lot of grip, so maybe those Warren Reds will still hang in there good. But when it comes to the pit stops, like I thought pit stops would separate everybody and bring everybody get separations in the field, but and I'm looking at that gap coming down a little bit. I hope that it does come down. I hope they do catch them, because I'd like to see those two get in there, SRT Animal and Bones, right? Unfortunately, I think Trixie's a little too far behind now, and these guys are definitely working like teams. So it's going to be very hard for Trixie and Hart to catch up, because those guys up in front of them are working as a team. And when you're working as a team, it's very hard to catch one another. Especially with Snoodles, okay, let me see here. There you go. Now I starting to see the difference on the fuel. So now you're starting to see Snoodles. Then we'll have to see where Speed Racer is at the 30-minute mark and see where Snoodles is on the fuel, because if Speed Racer's listening to me, I think Snoodles is playing you right now, and I think you might want to switch spots with him and start using, because I think he's perfectly happy being behind you. I don't think he wants to be in front of you. I think he's using you to save fuel and make it easier, because he is got a tiny bit more fuel. And that might be the difference, because I think it's going to be really close. When the 30-minute mark hits, I'll be able to better tell what's going to go on here. What's going to go on with the fuel. I think anybody that's going to be right on half or below half is going to need to have to find a way to fuel save. Now Snooze backed off a little bit, and that's good. I like that, because that's going to really help out Bones and SRT Animal, who are working together. They're going to be able to catch up, and then Snoodles will be able to also jump in with that pack. And then Speed Racer, I'm afraid to say, will be a sitting duck, because he'll have a freight train coming behind him. And it's looking like Snoodles is going to go back and pick those guys up. Because it actually looks like Snoodles might even be using it as a fuel save method too. He might be dropping off his pace to try to fuel save a little bit. But he also might be making the race a little more exciting by doing this, okay? You can see now the amount of time that when you're alone, you're a sitting duck, okay, at Daytona. If you don't got somebody pushing you, or you're not being dragged along by someone else, right? Now, hopefully Bones, SRT Animal, and Snooze, it looks like Snooze dropped all the way to the back. And I think he's doing this on purpose, okay? I don't think that he's lost pace or anything. I think he's just probably, he knows it's Daytona and he knows he can get right back up to Speed Racer, no problem. Especially since they're running 3 in a pack. Right? I think if these guys line it up properly and work as a team, all 3 of them are going to run down Speed Racer, no problem, I would think. Because they'll get a way higher top end speed, I would think. I don't think they're... Here comes Snooze. He's gonna. I think everybody, these 3 just have to line up together. There's a little bump draft. I think now they're calmed down a little bit, and I think now you're gonna see them start dropping that 3 seconds, and it's gonna drop pretty quick, I think. Yeah, Snooze is in there and he's pushing. Maybe Bones is his teammate. Maybe he dropped back to help out his teammate. I'm not exactly sure who the teams are, but I think you got Team Trixie, and I'm not sure who the leader of the other team is. But there's a little bump draft from SRT Animal, transferred to Bones, and you see in that gap come down. We're at 2.4. Now that they're working together and they've got everything organized, these 3 are coming, and Speed Racer... we're at the 25-minute mark. Speed Racer actually pretty good on fuel. Oh, look at this, racing hards for Bones. So he's going to be in great shape near the end. I think hards or mediums are your tire you should be going with in this race, I think. I think the softs, we're not even halfway through, and he's almost... You can see Speed Racer's left rear, right rear, sorry, is gone. So I think it was a big mistake, to say the least. Yeah, Speed Racer, I don't know what he's done, but something with his setup is really using that right rear tire. Because when I'm looking at the tire wear on the other guys, like, yeah, that right rear is going quicker, but, well, there we go, SRT Animal. So yeah, those softs, these guys are going to have to pit. I don't know if tires blow in GT7, but I would think that tire's getting ready to blow. So I'm thinking Animal's going to have to pit in Speed Racer. And there they go, they are pitting. And I think Animal should pit along with them, which he is doing perfect. Yeah, this is what you want to see. That's a smart move by Animal, because these guys are running the same tires. So now they can at least run together when they come out of the pits and hook up and maybe make up for the difference. But I'm thinking Snooze and Bones are laughing right now. I think Snooze got messed up a little bit there when those guys went into the pits. I think he might have had to have backed out or something to avoid collision. But we're at 27. Bones is a little closer on the fuel than Snooze. But my commentary call is those 2 are not pitting today. And I think, and I'm pretty sure that Speed Racer and Animal will probably agree with me that they made a mistake taking those softs, because that forced them to pit, because those softs just burnt off too quick. I'm almost thinking that Bones is going to be in the best shape, going by how that right rear tire is wearing down. I think Bones is going to be in the best shape when it comes to tire. I think Bones is going to go the whole distance. I don't think he's going to have to pit, period. Snooze McGee, he's going to be on the edge with that medium tire. There you go. Charlie, get in behind Snooze and follow his run. Get in behind that draft, and maybe you can learn something and pick up some pointers. That's what I do sometimes when I'm behind a guy. I try to evaluate his how he's driving and what to do and where not to go. But I think right now, the tire wear, honestly, looking at Bones is prepared. I think he prepared for this race. He knows exactly what he's doing here. He picked those hards. And I'm looking at that fuel. He's really close on the fuel. But I think he's going to be just fine. Because we're at that halfway mark. We're 50 seconds away from the halfway mark. And Snooze... Now, Snooze is going to be a question because that right rear tire has fallen off quite a bit. So I'm not sure if it's going to hold out to the end. But, okay, Speed Racer, both of them didn't take fuel, but they had to take things. And you can see they went to mediums, which I think is a better choice. But, my tire of choice for this race would have been hards, because it looks like those hards are just perfect. Oh boy, though, look at the fuel. I think R.I.P is going to have to do a little bit of fuel saving here, because he's right on the edge. I mean Bones, sorry. Bones is going to have to do a little bit of fuel saving. So maybe he sits behind R.I.P, one of the lap cars, and maybe uses that draft to save some fuel. But I think he's right on the mark. I think Bones just needs to do a little bit of fuel saving. His tires are going to be fine, I think, to the end. Snoodles, I think, probably wishes he would have started with a racing set of hards. Because I think the hards would have lasted him perfect. That right rear tire is going to be gone by the end of the race, I think. And that might also be why Snooze dropped off the pace a bit, to try to save that right rear tire, because he's noticing how quickly it's going. Yeah, so that right rear tire is really burning off quick in this race. Yeah, look how much Snooze has dropped off the pace. I'm not sure if that's due to tire, if he's trying to save that tire, but when you look at Speed Racer, he's already made that pit stop, and he's gained back all that time, and he's right there with thing. Maybe Snooze is trying to help him out. I still think Speed Racer with Animal, but mind you, he's left Animal behind. Which I don't think is a good idea. I think he should have stayed with Animal, because they would have been able to work together. Yeah, so now when I see yellow ABS, I know that he's not using any ABS. Because that's what mine does when I'm there. So when it's white, the ABS is on, and I guess it'll flash when it's being activated. But I don't see it being activated because it's not going to affect your pace, because you won't pet. Yeah, if I would have been Speed Racer, I might have taken a little splash of fuel, just a tiny bit, because he might be on the edge here. Oh, look at this. SRT Animal actually is ahead. It's ahead of Speed, okay. But they're hooked up together. I think this is the best way to go. It's the only way they're going to catch Bones by the end of the race. But I think Bones is just going to be really tight on the fuel, but his tires are going to be perfect, I think. Where Snoodles, I think, is regretting that medium choice, but he's a good driver, so he might be able to make this work. And Daytona isn't that tough of a track. But that rear end might start coming out going into the corners. You know, especially right around now, it's probably, he might be starting to feel that right rear tire going. But I think Bones with that white tire strategy, I think that might be the thing. The only thing I'm wondering with Bones is going to be the tire wear, the fuel mileage. But I think when it comes to tire wear, I think he's made the right choice on tire. I think the white tire was the way to go. Now that I'm seeing how the fuel usage goes on this track. Yeah, I would have went with the white tire in my first, and drafted along behind someone for as long as possible. And then when those guys started making their pits, that's when I would start going racing again. Because with those white tires, it's looking like the only issue he's going to have is that fuel. So and Harp looks to be running pretty good. I would almost let Harp get in front of me maybe, and maybe use some of his air to help me save some fuel. Right, we'll see. So 45 minutes, if he's at 1/4 tank of fuel, but as his fuel burns off too, the car gets lighter, okay? So the fuel will burn off less, I would think, because the car is working less to get up to speed because the fuel. So Bones might be okay still. He might be perfectly fine. If he's above 1/4 tank by 45 minutes, he's going the whole way, no problem. I think I'm putting my money, okay? I'm putting my money on Bones here. Bones is going to win the race, I think. And Speed Racer is not going to be able to get that win that I put all the pressure on him to get. But I think what it came down to, I think Speed Racer made the wrong choice. I think the white tire was the best car to go, the best tire to go with, and I think even Snoodles will tell you that he thinks probably the white tire is the best too, because Snoodles going to have to pit. I think Snoodles will have to pit. I don't know. I'm not sure if the tires blow or not, but I think Snoodles is going to end up having the pit. But we'll see how he manages that right rear tire. Speed Racer and Animal are going to be fine on tires. It's whether they can catch Bones. Right? Like they will catch, they will gain speed on them, right? Gain time on them, but I'm not sure they got enough time to gain 16 seconds. Yeah, I think this race, you wanted to go with a white tire and no pit stop strategy. And try to draft here and there to save a little bit of fuel, because it looks like if you're running that white tire, the only issue you might be having would be fuel. But I think Bones made the right decision. He made he made the right race call. And going by what I can see, he's the only guy that, other than Goggles, that started with a set of yeah, they both started with the hards. So goggles, the goggles I've noticed always starts with the hards. He likes them hards, right? I prefer a medium, but in this race here, I think the right pit call would have been, race call would have been to go with the, and there's Schnell. He's made a pit stop. He filled up his fuel, which I don't think he needed to do. But like I said, he's new and he's learning. And he'll learn these things. Maybe he watches the commentary. Maybe he learns a little bit from the commentary too. And he incorporates it into his racing. And I expect to see Charlie improving in pace every week. And I think he's going to enjoy being in this league and get along with the guys. He's definitely got good, proper race etiquette, because I haven't seen him cause any issues with cars passing him. He's gotten out of the way, those things. So he's just out there getting as much experience as he can in the league racing. So great job, Schnell, and great race etiquette. I like to see the clean racing and the you know, when you're not fast, you know, sometimes you just gotta realize that you're not fast, and you just gotta get out of people's way so that you don't interfere with their races, right? And that's exactly what Charlie has done. So great job. But like I said, he may be in the back now, but it won't be long before he's starting to compete with the rest of them once he gets the groove of the game. All right, you can see Bones is coming up. Maybe Bones is going to use Charlie for a little bit of a slipstream here and help himself save a little bit of fuel. 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes till the 3/4 mark. And as long as he's above that quarter tank, I think Bones is going to be fine. It's whether SRT Animal and Speed Racer and Snoods can think. But I don't think Snoods, okay, like I said, I think Snoods is going to be in a problem. I think that right rear tire is going to start coming out. Like he's going to start sliding that rear going into the corners, especially when he's behind cars, because the air is being taken away from his car. So that's going to make the rear a little bit looser. But you can see they're gaining time, that's for sure. Bones has to try to find a way. I don't think Bones, he needs to try to get as many cars. No doubt the power of the Snoodle realm. Yeah, but Snoodles, like I said, I think he made the wrong decision. I think he's going to have to pit. I think that right rear tire is going to go. And I don't know in GT7 if tires blow, but he's about a three-quarter wear on that right rear tire. So I would imagine by the end of the race, that tire is going to be done. Whether tires blow in GT7, I don't know. But if tires do blow, I would think that his right rear is going to blow if he doesn't pit. I think so I definitely think we're going to see a different winner tonight. But I think Snoodles, if he would have went with that white tire, I think he would have been fine. But I don't think they do. They just lose all grip strength. Oh, okay. So maybe Snoodles are just hanging in there and trying to hold that rear, but I know with a worn right rear tire being behind other cars, taking the air off that rear wing of yours is not going to help his right rear tire. You want as much air on your car as possible. So going into the corners, I might get out of line going into the corners, just so I get some air onto that spoiler, the rear spoiler, because yeah, he's gonna be struggling with that right rear tire. He's probably already starting to struggle right now. He's probably doing his best to hang in there. I think he's flying on the straightaways, but going into the corners, he's probably starting to feel a little bit of a loose sensation in the car, and he's probably maybe having to start counter steering into the corners to manage that tire of his. But yeah, I think Snoodles made the wrong decision on that medium tire. It looks like Bones has got the right pit decision. And going by what I can see here, Bones is going to have no issues going to the end on fuel. He is still above a quarter tank with just about 15 minutes left, so I think he's going to be just fine. It's whether SRT Animal oh, they got ghosting on there. Good thing. That would have been SRT Animal spun right there. So good thing ghosting is on, because Speed Racer just went right through him there. And if the ghosting wouldn't have been on, I do believe that would have been Animal's end of the night there. That's a ghosty looking car. Maybe Animal can make me a ghost livery. Oh, you can tell they're coming. Yeah, I think you're going to catch them now. See, I think if Bones and Snoodles would have been able to stay together, they would have easily been able to win the race. But now that Bones is running all by himself, and Animal and Speed Racer are running, I'm actually thinking now that Speed Racer and Animal are definitely in the hunt for the win, because I think they're going to easily run down Bones now. I think Snoodles and Bones would have worked together, but I think Snoodles' tire just kind of was going, and yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Snoodles, why he dropped so much off the pace. Now it's because his tire is worn, right? I'll tell you that right now. So maybe he realized that earlier, and he just started to drop off the pace, realizing that he wasn't going to be able to make that tire last, right? Because he's still got 15 minutes left, and that tire is probably it looks like that right rear tire takes the brunt of the load. The right side tires, which makes sense, right? It's where all your load's going. You're turning left the whole time. So and they're not allowed to use setups, so a pause on the left side and a negative camber on the right side, right? Which you'd want to do, okay, on a oval track where you're only turning left, right? On the left side, you want to run a positive camber, right? Meaning you're leaning the top of the tire outwards as opposed to inwards. And then you might want to make some ride height and spring adjustments to wedge the car a little bit. for left turns. But yeah, I think Snoodles is in preserve mode right now, and he's just hoping to make it to the end. And it looks like even Harp is now going to take that place away from... oh, no, it looks like Harp's a lap down, I think. Maybe, yeah. It looks like Harp's a lap down, so looking to get that lap back. But it looks like it's game over for Bones. Well, I shouldn't say that, okay, because his tires are more worn, but I think he's got enough grip that he'll still be able to thing, so I think probably around the 50-minute mark, 57-minute mark, you're going to start seeing some of these boys starting to get a little bit anxious and start dropping out of line. Bones moving out of the way. I think everybody's okay on fuel, I think. Speed Racer might be questionable, but I think he's still okay. You might want to, now that it's still early, not quite the end, you might want to drop in behind someone and try to do a little bit of fuel saving just to make sure that you're going to be okay, so that come 57, 58-minute mark, you can push as hard as you want and not have to worry about your fuel going. But this is how it goes in Daytona. What? Want to do anything stupid, because you're going to be faster with another car than you are without another car. And there's Charlie again, staying high, wide, and handsome and letting the lead guy pass, which is, once again, as I've said many times, is good race etiquette, and you want to see that. You don't want to see a lap car getting in the way and wrecking a race of one of the lead lap cars. So great job, Charlie. But yeah, we're looking like we're going to have an exciting finish coming here, which I like, because I was getting a little bored of watching Snoodles dominate every race. So it's nice. And now oval track is a little bit different, right? This is a lot different type of track, you know. I don't mind the oval tracks, okay? Like I did start my sim racing on NASCAR, actually, EA Sports NASCAR. I don't know if you guys can remember way back then. And that was back in 30 years ago. That was when I was living out in British Columbia in Canada on the coast, the West Coast. Right? I also did some mini bike, pocket bike racing. Kill my spare time. I was working out there. I was sent out there by my company to do construction. I remember, and I started online racing with EA Sports on a G25 Logitech, which was a good wheel at the time. But it was just when online racing actually started. Or online play started even. So I think Bones is still in there. I think he's still got enough tire that he's going to be competitive. But I think he realized that they were coming and things. So it looked like a pit stop, you know, as long. But I think, like I said, if Snoodles would have taken whites, him and Bones would have ran away with it. But since Snoodles wasn't able to hold on to his tires and wasn't able to help Bones with speed, that gave Animal and Speed Racer the opportunity to get back into the race and catch Bones, who was running all by himself. And when you run all by yourself at Daytona, it's not good. So, and Bones is going to have to be careful not to lose that draft, because if he loses that draft, he's going to take himself out of the race for the finish. You can see him moving around a bit, trying to find that air. It's nice when you see the two cars go side by side like that. That's going to help Bones get right back in there, which it has. We're gonna see how serious they are about winning the race. See how aggressive they get with the blocks and whatnot, because at Daytona, when you're the lead car, the slingshot is very powerful, I would think. And here goes, you can see how easily he's able to make the pass, because the slingshot is so powerful. Me personally, if I'm racing the race, I want to be the car who's in second. Okay, I want to be the car in second place come near the end of the laps. I want to be making that last lap pass, because that's when you want to make the pass. It's last lap, so that you don't give them a chance to make the pass back. Because being the front car is nice, you get clean air and all, but being behind that car gives you that slipstream, and you can pull a slingshot on by the lead car. So I think being in place to go. And I'm noticing fuel on Speed Racer might be it's looking like Bones and Animal. Speed Racer might be questionable. I think he's okay, though. I do think he's okay. I think he can still push. I don't think he has to worry. Yeah, it's going to be all about timing, I think, here for these lead lap cars. I know I'm sticking around with the lead lap cars. How's Trixie making out? I'm very impressed that she's driving with no assist tonight, so that's very good. I think that was a smart move to do, though. I think assist would slow you down on a track like this. But yeah, it looks like Snoodles is determined to stay out right to the end, but I think that right rear tire is done. And I don't think he's going to be, I think holding on to fourth is the best he's going to be able to do. But he's going to have to worry about R.I.P. He's on much fresher tires and only 1 second behind him. So I think he might lose that spot to R.I.P. And Trixie might even take out Snoodles tonight. You can see Trixie in her little pink outfit there. You can see her in her car. Well, what is it? How do I change? There we go. Let's sit in with different views. I like the cinematic one because I can see everything that's going on around. The goggles. But yeah, it doesn't look like Snell's car is able to reach the same. Trixie there, kind of keep off that wall a little bit. I think she's scrubbing some of her speed on that wall. But I can't say anything because I know she plays with a controller. So with a controller, for me, it's jerky. You know, I'm not able to smoothly steer, which I'm noticing that Trixie's also having a hard time with too, because she's trying to just touch, you know what I mean? But like I said, a controller would be hard for me. I think everybody would beat me if I was on a controller. But here we go. We're coming down the end. I'm going to go back to the front here. Speed Racer in the front. Not sure that's where he'd want to be. I think his fuel's fine. I'm going to go to the cinematic. Oh no, that's not cinematic. That's how I change views. All right. So once we hit the 60-minute mark, that's last lap. Oh no, Bones got a penalty. Not sure what that's for, but yeah, he's going to want to get ahead because he's going to lose some time coming to that penalty area. It looks like he's running high, wide, and handsome there. But yeah, he's going to lose some time. That might lose the draft. That might take him out of the win. Oh no. But maybe when those two start fighting, because they're probably going to start fighting right around now for that lead spot. When they're getting side by side, maybe Bones can get back in there. But that penalty definitely hurt him. Especially on a track like this. Schnell gets out of the way. Charlie. So he doesn't affect anything that's happening in the last laps here. And is this going to be last lap right here? If he doesn't cross the line. Is he trying to slow? This is the final lap, boys. So SRT Animal, I don't know, he might be too far back now. But I think this is Speed Racer gets the win, I think. And he does. So he lives up to the pressure and he gets the win. But like I said, I think if Snoodles would have went with a white tire, I think it would have been a different story. Because I think Bones and Snoodles would have hooked up and checked out. I like that livery from Animal there. So great job to Speed Racer on the win. We've got Speed Racer in first, SRT Animal in second, and Bones third to take the final podium spot. Oh, look, he's got his little Speed Racer outfit on. All right, so where do we go? Results. There we go. So we got Speed Racer, SRT Animal, and Bones taking the podium spots. Snoodles in fourth place for the first time this season. And we've got R.I.P, Trixie in sixth. Goggles, Pazzano, and my fellow Canadian. And Schnell, Eddie, in eighth place. The new boy to SRTAC Racing. So I hope he had a good time and enjoyed his first race, his first league race on GT7. And it was an exciting race. I know I enjoyed it. And congratulations to Speed on his win. I know I put some pressure on you to win the race because you were trash talking before the race. So lived up to your promise and won the race. So congratulations to Speed Racer and to all the racers. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the stream. I'm the Ghost, and I'm out. Hopefully I'll be racing tomorrow night with the guys, and hopefully I can have a good outing with them. All right, I'm just gonna find out the track and make sure I got the right track to practice here. All right. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoy the stream, and congratulations to our 3 podium guys. Yeah. And I'm the Ghost, and I'm out.